But without the sound of something flying through the trees, like without the sound of a tree falling with a crack, 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 the accelerating, this was the sound of like if you had a tree trunk that you couldn't even get your arms around and maybe 6 to 8 feet long, just slammed at full speed into the ground. It was boom! And I caught on my GoPro, you can see my buddy's eyes get big. I was close enough where you could actually see his eyes look up. He's giving me signs like tree falling, and I get up to him and I'm like, I don't know that was a tree that fell. I don't know. I said, it sounded like a tree was thrown at me. I said, did you see anything? And he said, no, I didn't see anything. I said, I didn't either. I said, and that's all I heard was the boom. But we were still in that silence. And the last thing I remember in that silence is our reaction to that wasn't, hey, you know, what were we there for? We were there to try to find evidence. And neither of us goes back off trail to go to where we heard this boom and investigate. And I don't get it. I mean, we were both armed, both men, but some switch turned off in both of our heads. We didn't go running, which I would think, you know, fight or flight, not to fight to go, but to investigate, and not to flee. We just ended up walking and continuing on the trail like we were still just hiking and looking for evidence, as though that wasn't a big deal. And I can't explain it. About an hour later, as we're getting back almost to the vehicle, is when I realized, what just happened? Why were we back at the car? Why didn't we go? I don't know. I don't either. Neither of us could explain why we didn't continue to investigate. And actually, hey, there we are. We just heard the turkey sounds, you know, these things communicating, and now something slammed a tree. There was the dome. All the evidence was there to go and pursue, but I can't explain why. We just continued on, and we didn't really talk about it beyond a couple of seconds. It was though it was just another thing that happened that day.